So I want to share a few words about my fellow co-host and also on screen and off screen love of my life. It's my husband, Carl Munson. So yeah, we do this show Monday to Friday. It's half an hour called The Moment on New Reality TV. And, Carl and I have been recording things together for years. We've done lots of little shows and podcasts and vlogs and things. So this isn't a new scenario for us. This is I think, the culmination of everything that we've done so far. I guess there's 5 things that really stick to mind, come into my mind when I think about Carl. The first is he's really got a strong sense of spirituality, but he doesn't really like the kind of the jargon around spirituality. He really tries to be very natural and normal about spirituality and all things to do with finding joy, connecting with joy, making life more simple and less complicated, and just having a really good experience whilst we're here on this planet or plane, however you like to think of it. Carl is absolutely dedicated to feeling as much joy as he can and for spreading joy as far and as wide as he can. And so that's led him into all sorts of different communities, like the School of Philosophy. He also went to Australia to see his favorite teacher and guide of the time, and probably still now, Barry Long. He's absolutely dedicated to making life as great as it can be, and he will listen to anything that he can that sort of lights him up. For him it has to be something that's practical and you can actually apply it directly in your lives. And so his search for joy led him to create the Institute of Joy when he was a young man. I don't think he's doing much with it right now, actually, the Institute itself, but yeah, he's determined to enjoy his life to the fullest. He's also an absolute veteran. That makes him sound old, but he's a performer, presenter, and has been working on this pretty much his whole life. He listens to the radio all the time, listening to reruns of his favorite show hosts, like historical show hosts like Terry Wogan, and also new and interesting podcasters right now. Also loves music. He was an ex-performer from a 1980s pop group where he got into the top 20 of the UK charts. So he's always singing, presenting, performing. Nothing seems too overwhelming for him. He's always up for doing something to create a reaction from people. Now he also he creates communities wherever he goes. So the last 2 or 3 things I've seen him do as a living job, he ends up, whatever he does, people sort of gather around him and want to interact, and he's just absolutely happy to have an audience. So wherever he goes, he's building community, and also calling out to people within the community to do stuff together, and to create a lovely wave of happiness and joy. So yeah, he's a real character, very difficult to control. Not that I want to control him, but working with somebody who is absolutely, so passionate about what he does and so free thinking. He is quite the character, and he's adorable as well. The last thing that I want to share about him is, family is really important to him. And, since we've been together, it's a short time, really, 14 years, but we've got 3 children. And he's a great dad. We've both chosen professions where we can work from home, largely work from home. And so we're a very sort of tight-knit family, and he's a great kind of leader. Obviously we're partners, like husband and wife, but, we lead together. He's a very sort of interactive husband and father. So I think I've done quite well for myself. I feel very happy to have him in my life, and I love doing shows with him. We do fall out on screen sometimes. It's safe to say. It's not always sweetness and light, but we kind of riff with each other, and we're quite robust, and also we do find ourselves quite funny when we fall out. So anyway, you can check out some of the magic between us by joining us for one of the shows. It's Monday to Friday. It's half an hour on New Reality TV. So join us then. Lots of love.